Grita Radio. Señal binaria en tus oídos.
So the first question: what do you expect from the crowd at Tecate Peninsula, and what can they expect?
Well, to tell you the truth, I have, in all my years, I have never been to Tijuana. So I'm very excited to see it. I've never been there. I lived in San Diego for many years, like 13 years, and I never drove across to see Tijuana. So I feel bad that I've never seen it. So I'm excited to see this place that I've been hearing about so much in my life. And as far as what I expect, I don't know what to expect. I don't know. I think I'm assuming it's going to be awesome. I've heard some great things about the area. I know the fans in Mexico have always been amazing. We have some, Mexico is one of our favorite countries to tour in because the fans are so incredible. So I'm sure the show is going to be awesome. We're going to give it our 100%. Lately, we've been playing a lot of shows, and I feel like, to be honest, Simple Plan is at its best right now. So I think the show is going to be great. I'm looking forward to having some Mexican food and partying in frickin' Tijuana for the first time in my life.
Okay, perfect. What is your process to make your set list for your shows, specifically at this festival?
Well, we try, we've been a band for a long time and we have a lot of albums, and it's I'd like to be able to play for 6 hours, but my voice can't hold that long. And, so we have to pick the best songs to play. And for us, we try to pick the most popular songs, but also the most fun songs to play live. So we have all the hits. I know some bands sometimes don't like to play their hit songs. We're not like that. We like to play, I'm Just a Kid, Perfect, Welcome to My Life, Shut Up, all the big songs. And on top of that, we throw in, a couple of deeper songs for the true fans that have been following us for a long time, because we want someone who's never seen Simple Plan live before and is seeing us for the first time. We want them to see all the songs that they want to see, but we also want to keep our hardcore fans very happy. So we play some songs that we love that we feel are going to connect with people in a deeper way. But all in all, it's like an hour and a half of greatest hits from Simple Plan, and just a good party, good time.
Hey, sounds good. What is the thing that you enjoy the most in festivals?
I like the amount of people that are at festivals. There's a lot of people. The crowds are big. Yeah, I think it's just a cool vibe because you get to hang out with other artists in the backstage area. You get to meet some people. So that's kind of a cool vibe. Usually if we play a show that's just us, we're just us backstage. There's no vibe, there's a vibe, but it's not as exciting. Whereas a festival, you got lots of action, you got people, so it's going to be a good time.
How do you see Tijuana? Musically, have you investigated about it, or has something inspired you?
Like I said, I lived really close to Tijuana for many, many years. And I've always heard about it. A lot of my friends that surf would go down and drive past Tijuana, stop there, have some food, and keep going down. I've heard of, a lot of Americans driving down to party in Tijuana, but I don't really know what to expect. So musically, I don't know any bands from Tijuana. I wish I did. Hopefully at this festival, I'll be able to meet some. But I would imagine, being so close to the American border, it must have some influence, as far as musical influence and, social influence. So we'll see. I'm just kind of like going there with an open mind, and I'm excited to see what we're going to encounter.
Okay, sounds good. How have you seen the acceptance of new generations of your music?
It's been surprisingly great. We've just been on a lot of tours in the last couple of years. We did a lot of tours in Europe and in America and in Canada. And I feel like our fan base now is more mixed than it was before. Before, it was like everybody that was like my age and a little bit younger. And now you have people of all kinds of ages. You have people that have discovered us because of TikTok, I'm Just a Kid challenge, or What's New Scooby Doo, or all kinds of different reasons, or they've just been hardcore fans since the beginning. And it's kind of cool to see. One of the coolest things I see a lot now is young people come to the show, maybe like 5, 10, 12 years old, and they fell in love with the band because their parents used to listen to me. So that's really, really cool to see, like, a new generation kind of fall in love with the music that their parents listen to. It makes me feel very old, but it's still really cool.
Okay. How have you seen the topic of AI, artificial intelligence, in music? Have you applied it in yours by any chance?
So far, we have not explored that for ourselves. I've just recently started talking about it with my guitar player, Sebastian, he's into that whole world. And it's very interesting. I think it's a little bit scary, but at the same time, it's exciting. So I hope that, I don't know, I wonder if an AI will be able to really write a emotional, deep song. It's like an opening of a new time in life, and it's we'll see. I think what's cool is that no matter what happens, every time music evolves, every time that art evolves, people find a way to stay creative with it and to use the tools at our disposal to enhance what we can create. So I've never tried it so far. I wouldn't mind trying it for fun. We'll see. I know, like I said, my guitar player Sebastian was showing me some stuff. It's pretty cool. But we'll see.
Okay, cool. What inspires Simple Plan? What inspires you to keep making music?
I think I get most inspired when I hear a song that I really like. If there's a new band that comes out and I'm scrolling through my Instagram or on Spotify, and I hear something really, really cool, that's when I want to create something that makes me feel the same way. And what we use for inspiration, it's very difficult as an artist to, because you don't always have control of what you're going to create. You do your best, but at the end of the day, what comes out is what comes out. And my goal when I write songs, when I produce songs, I try to create something that I think I would love. I would hope that if I heard it for the first time, I would be like, this is really cool. And that's always my goal. Unfortunately, it's impossible for me to know that because by the time the song is finished, I've heard it so many times that I don't know what it would be like to hear it for the first time. But that's what I try to do. I try to, I want to create something that when I listen back, it makes me feel something. And sometimes, I really achieve that. Like I'll listen back to a song that I created or a demo or something, and if it makes me feel goosebumps, I'm like, oh man, that was really cool.
Okay. What would you tell to your you from the past, those young members from 2004 that will release still not getting away, still not getting any?
Yeah. I think I would have to refrain from saying anything because I think that everything that we've achieved so far is because of what we've gone through, the hardships, the difficulties. And I feel like all those are part of our success. And if I went in the past and I told my past, like, you're going to be really popular, you're going to do well, maybe I'd be like, okay, cool, I can stop working now. So I feel like everything happened for a reason, and it would be difficult. But if I met my former self, I would just be like, don't worry about it. Keep doing what you're doing.
Okay. What do you think about the costumes that the fans use at your concerts, like Scooby-Doo ones? Do you like it?
Yeah, it's really cool. We did the theme song for What's New Scooby Doo many years ago, like maybe I don't know, like 18 years ago. And for some reason, for many, many years, we didn't really play it. We didn't really embrace it. We didn't really, it just happened and that was it. And recently we decided to kind of lean into it a little bit more and embrace it. And it's surprising in a positive way. It's surprising how many people have discovered our band through a TV show like What's New Scooby-Doo. And it's a cool song. It's fun. And I think that now when we play it, people that grew up listening to Scooby-Doo are just blown away and they love it. And we even have a part where we have a Scooby-Doo costume come out. And if there's people in the crowd that's wearing the costume, sometimes we bring them on stage with us. So I think it's cool, you know. I think it's great.
Okay. What is your opinion at festivals like the Tecate Peninsula that opens up to a great variety of music genres?
I love that. You know, I love the challenge of being in front of a crowd that doesn't know who I am, you know. And I think that in this crowd, there's a lot of Mexican bands, and there might be some people that don't really know Simple Plan, or that, you know, maybe know a little bit, but not a whole lot. And I think that's cool because you know, if you already love Simple Plan, it's easy to play a show in front of people that love Simple Plan. But if it's like different crowd with some diversity, it's a challenge. And for me, I find that inspiring. I find that it gives me extra energy, gives me extra motivation to go out there and give a better show. I want to convince them to become fans of Simple Plan.
Okay. In Mexico, the music industry has revolutionized in today's music era, and sometimes um, different types of music genres try to collide into one. So, would you are you open up about doing that? And if so, do you think about someone in specific?
Yeah, I've always loved collaborations with different types of artists. We did a song with Sean Paul back in the day. We did a song with Nelly. We did a song with other people from other bands, and I think it's really cool. I like blending hip hop with pop punk. I like blending female voices with you know, with male voices. I think it's all cool, and I think what I really like about it is that now it's people embrace it. You know, people like different styles, and it's okay. It's not like if I like metal, I have to just like metal. It's like I can like metal, I can like hip hop, I can like country music, all those things together. And I think that for me, we're always looking for anybody who we respect, who we think is cool, that would want to, you know, collaborate with us. So I think it's really, really fun. I don't have any plans of collaborating with anyone right now, but I'm sure we will. We have lots of we would love to do a lot of collaborating.
Okay, sounds good. What is the meaning for you to be a staple for a whole generation with your music?
Mm. Um, it's something that I'm, you know, as much as I'm proud of it, it's really cool. It's it's shocking, you know. I think that sometimes I have to pinch myself to be like, how did we end up here? You know, I look at the number of people that love my band, and I look at the amount of people that come to the shows and they're singing along to the songs and who tell us how important the music is to them, and it's kind of mind blowing. I feel very fortunate, very lucky, and we're very grateful to still be here, and we take it seriously. We don't, you know, we don't want to take it for granted, and I think it's something that we're just, yeah, we just feel very fortunate to be in a band that made an impact like that, you know. And of course, you could always be bigger, but sometimes you have to look at yourself and say, wow, this is pretty cool, you know. And this is one of these moments.
Okay, perfect. 20 years ago, you launched your hit song Perfect. What does it mean for you, this song?
Now I think it means more to me now than it did back then because you know, I've always had a good relationship with my parents, and I think they've always been very supportive of me. So when we wrote this song, you know, I know that some guys in the band didn't, well, it felt a little bit more connected to these lyrics, but for me, I always felt like my parents loved what I did, so it was fine. But now that I am a parent and I see what my kids are going through and what other kids are going through, I think it's a song that is so universal because no matter what happens, you're always going to feel like, you know, you could have done better, and that's okay. That's part of life, you know. But it's important, I think, to let that emotion out. And I think this song, especially for people who've had troubled relationships with their parents, has been so useful for them and so powerful. And I just, now being a parent, it makes me realize how incredible that whole phenomenon was with that song. And that's why every night we finish with that song. And I feel like we could never finish the show with any other song than that one. It's just a perfect ending. No pun intended. It's really cool. But it means a lot to me now, even more than it did when it came out.
Okay. What is the key to achieve balance in innovation and still making your essence, keeping your essence?
I'm still trying to figure that out. I think, yeah, I don't know, because sometimes trying to keep your essence is holding you back, and you want to innovate, and I think it depends. Every situation is different. I see some bands that have made a new album that's completely different, and sometimes that's not so good and it fails, but sometimes it starts a whole new path for this band. I think of like a band like Fall Out Boy. Fall Out Boy was like more straight up pop punk, and then they came out with that song, what's it called? Light 'Em Up, I'm on Fire, whatever, that song. And it really changed their trajectory. And for them, it really worked. So I think you have to use your gut, use your feeling, and if you want to try something different and it feels good, do it. If it feels wrong, then don't do it. I think for us, we like to keep sort of a balance of the two. How do we achieve that? It's just a lot of trial and error. We'll write some songs. There are a lot of songs that we've written that we felt like, this doesn't fit us, and we just didn't use them. And it's having that self-awareness to know if you can back it up, if you can support what you're doing. So, but like I said, I think it's really cool when people do it, because sometimes it creates something so great.
Interesting. Okay. Are you guys working in new music lately?
Not lately. We've been so busy touring, and our new album came out last year, but we know that it has to happen sometime soon. And I think that's a question you asked earlier, about balance and all that stuff. It's hard sometimes to figure out what the next Simple Plan song should sound like. And we know we got to do some more music. We know we got to create some more, and I'm inspired to do that. But it's like such a big, I don't want to let anybody down. We have so many fans now. There's so much pressure. It's not just like, hey, let's write some music. We're like, okay, let's write some music that our old fans love and new fans would be excited about. And it sounds pop punk, but it doesn't sound like it's too old. So it's, but we know it's coming. I think in the next few months, we're going to start making some new music.
Okay. What do you think about the current punk scene?
Trying to think of who's coming out with some cool stuff lately. I think there's been a lot of changes. A lot of people have improved on the style. I'm trying to think of who's kind of it right now. But I like Demi Lovato did like rock version of her old songs, which sounds really cool, kind of punky. I don't know. I think that what I like about it is that it's more free. The music industry now, the punk industry, or whatever, the pop punk movement, pop punk music is way more open than it was before. Back when we first started, everybody sounded like a certain thing. And now there's more different influences. There's like production is becoming more creative. And I like that.
Okay. Is there any project for the 20th anniversary of Still Not Getting Any?
There's no projects right now, but we love playing those songs every night. We talked about doing like a 20th anniversary tour of that album, but I'm not sure if it's going to happen. But yeah, we're definitely going to do something to commemorate this incredible album that has changed our lives. Songs like "Welcome to My Life," "Shut Up," "Untitled," "Perfect World," "Crazy," lots of awesome songs that we're so proud of. So we'll definitely have to do something to celebrate this 20 years.
Okay, and to finish off, you can make an invitation to all the people for Tecate Peninsula at Tijuana.
Yes. All right. So October 7th, we are finally, for the first time since the beginning of the career of Simple Plan, we are finally playing a show in Tijuana, October 7th, Tecate Peninsula. It's going to be incredible. I'm so excited because I know that our fans in Mexico are always amazing. We have some of the best shows, you know, in Mexico City, in Guadalajara, Monterrey, Puebla, all that. And it's for the first time in Tijuana. It's going to be great. I'm excited. So please come out to the show, October 7th, Simple Plan in Tijuana for the first time ever.
Okay, Pierre, thank you so much for being here y muchas gracias a todos los medios que estuvieron presentes y les mandamos un saludo. Muchísimas gracias por estar presentes.
Yeah, muchas gracias todos. Thank you.